Welcome to today's Space with God. This is Missionaries of God's Love, and I am Diana. Let's use this time to connect with God. This is important to do every single day, not just randomly when you have time. It is as important as breathing. So today, let's talk about letting go of your heavy sack of burdens. First, find a quiet place to sit. Straighten your back, relax your neck and your shoulders, and take a deep breath in. As you breathe in, let yourself be filled with God. Let God inspire you and fill you. Holy Spirit, come to me. Fill me, because I need you. Do not let me live this day without you, much less pray without you. Guide me and inspire me in everything that I do today. Breathe in one more time and fill yourself with His presence. Today's topic, let go of your heavy sack of burdens. For many of us, when we are worried about something, it feels like you're carrying a heavy sack that doesn't let you walk in peace or free. Let me tell you, if you live this life the way that God meant it to be lived, we would be walking on air no matter what problems we may be facing. We would be walking with a lighter weight. Like the saying says, there is peace in the storm. There will always be storms. But if you are in God's arms, nothing will affect you or harm you. There's no way to avoid the problems in this life. This life isn't perfect because it's meant to help us learn and grow. But what we can avoid is living while carrying that heavy sack of burdens. We can't avoid problems, but we definitely can avoid worrying about them. God doesn't want us to worry. The question is, how do I get rid of my sack of worry? I'm going to share with you 3 steps. Ask God to give you peace among difficulties. Ask Him how to live in peace while we go through the hardships that we face every day. To do that, we need to pray all the days of our lives. If you're not someone who prays, it's hard for God to guide you. That is why we sometimes feel like we're drowning in our problems. Because if you don't have God, you're alone. If you truly have God, because you have a relationship with Him, you don't worry. And yes, I understand that sometimes we do worry. And that's because we forget that God is with you. And that is completely normal. And it happens to all of us. But as soon as you start praying every day to God, who's your friend, He gets rid of that worry. He will show you what to do to get out of that hardship you're facing. Or if He wants you to endure and so you can learn something, He will give you strength so you can surpass all the difficulties and trials you're facing. For number 2, you have to have faith in God. Accept and decide to have faith that God will not let anything bad happen in His children's lives. And if something hard happens, it's only to help them grow in some way or another. It happens to all of us, even me. I've gone through trials where I don't understand, but sooner or later He opens up my eyes and I can clearly see why everything I went through was meant to be, how He blessed us through those trials and tribulations. And third, hug that hurt that you're going through. Because when you hug it, because of God's love, you will see how that burden begins to lighten. And sometimes that burden doesn't just disappear, but it also fills you with joy and peace from that specific cross. But for that, you must hug that cross. There's a lot of scriptures in the Bible about that cross and about the heavy burdens we carry. For example, Isaiah 41:10. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. What a beautiful thing God said to us. Do not fear, for I am with you. And truly with God, what are we missing? Worry when God is not with you. He's not in the heart of our lives of those who ignore him, those who reject him. So why would you worry if you know he is with you? 1 Peter 5:7 says, cast all your anxieties on him because he cares for you. Have faith in God and he will not fail you. Also in Psalms 94:19, when anxiety was great within me, your consolation brought me joy. Is this possible? For my worry to be increasing, but at the same time, the peace of God is also increasing? Of course it is. But it's not worry anymore. It's a problem. But it's not just a heavy burden anymore. The most intimate experiences I've had with God have always been in the middle of being in a cross or a big problem. And I've seen it in the lives of saints and in lives of other people I've encountered. Sometimes the deeper the cross you're in, the more you hug it for God, the more you will feel his grace. If you want, look deeper into Saint Teresa's life and you will see what I'm talking about. Well, for today, remain talking to God and ask him, God, have I given you my sack? Am I with you? Have I truly given you my burdens? Or do I keep trying to carry my sack all by myself? Spend some time with him and tell him, speak to me, O Lord, for your servant is listening.